Okay, that was a nice premiere, though it seemed kind of obvious that the Blue Tribe was going to lose that challenge. Not that I am hugely against that, because I actually wanted them to lose the challenge, owing to the fact that I felt the tribal dynamics were going to be a lot more interesting if that group went to tribal. And apparently, according to Dalton Ross's recap, he was at that tribal, and there was a lot more that was said there, because it seems like the votes that Reem and Wendy wrote down, they weren't just random. Apparently, Reem got into a huge lawn argument with Kelly Wentworth about age discrimination and how she was forming like a guys alliance, which Wentworth denied, and I think Dan, the war dog guy, made a joke about how he was just a bystander in that equation, if I read the recap right. So there was a lot there that we didn't see, so apparently there was a method to the madness of voting to those two. But I wish I could figure out the exact moment where the black guy, Keith, his name might have been, I'm not entirely sure, where he and the other two became a little less likely to get ousted, even though I'm pretty sure Wendy was part of that. Get me wrong, but it's going to take me a while to get used to this group. Yeah, there's only 18, and we're familiar with 4 of them, but it seems like the way that this Edge of Extinction concept works is that I don't think there's going to be a limit to how many people there are in the game. I could be wrong, because I know literally nothing about it, and Dalton Ross hasn't really explained more than what we already know. Contestants get voted out, walk up to the thing, they've got a choice, and then they go to an island that has nothing, although there could be more as more people show up. That's going to be interesting, especially how long that this is going to go. And I'm liking the fact that this is a secret, but I'm real curious as to when the person there comes back. Because logically, there's only 2 good spots to do it. Right when the merge starts, or when it's either the penultimate episode or the finale. Yeah. Well, if it's the finale, where exactly is the jury marker, you know? And if they wait till the finale, it's possible that people will show up at the jury out of order, because the elimination mechanism might not be the same. But as I mentioned in my South Africa Season 1 review, who says that the jury has to be at the tribal council? Just put a camera there. They don't actually have to be there. Right. But my overall impression with this cast is that I'm liking it. I feel that hopefully this edit is going to treat them better than the David vs. Goliath bit. That's not to say that it was completely bad for the David vs. Goliath bit, but I'm really hoping that I get a better read on these people and that it does it a little more justice, though it came reasonably close in David vs. Goliath, because as I said, that was not a bad season, I just didn't like it as much as the crowd did. And I binge-watched that season, just so you know. The choice of returnees, I'm liking these people. I'm a little surprised that Aubrey and Joe would come back, but now I know why they didn't invite Joe for Game Changers. They did, and he turned it down, because he's like, I'm just not in the mood for it. It's not it. It is now. So I'm hoping that I like him better than the other 2 times, and I have a feeling that now that we've had some time off with him, and the fact that I don't have any fan hype circulating around him, although I don't know or talk to anyone else that watches this show, I think I'm going to like him better, especially since I'm pretty sure that he and Sierra from Once Upon are married now. Congrats! That's a rather cute couple, actually. And then David, I'm really glad that he came back because he's one of those people that you're like, he absolutely deserves another chance. He got so close, and had they been doing the current mechanism of Final Four, he probably would have ousted anyone that he came against, though that would have only been Adam because Ken had immunity and Hannah, I doubt that, right? But I'd rather have, the regular Final Four voting, as I think you all know, but this is here to stay, and it's going to be interesting to see what international versions incorporate this concept, though really I've only got South Africa and Australia to compare because everywhere else they either don't produce it anymore or they don't speak English. Kelly Wentworth, tiny bit surprising, but as Jeff says, she's like destined to win, so clearly they wanted to get her back, and I guess they figured Game Changers was too soon. Could be wrong on that. Little bits that we're getting from these people, I have no reason to dislike them. I thought what the black guy and those other two on the blue tribe, that was shady, but since he actually started talking with everyone again, we're good there. Reem's business, it did seem to be too much of, oh yeah, I'm just going to do this and everything's all fine. Like, if she had asked everyone and certain people said yes, certain people said no, and she goes along with it, nothing wrong with that. But I guess she just went over the top, trying to be too good to everyone, which is a little different than what we're accustomed to. Although I think maybe, what's her face, Patricia from Marquesas might have done that. She was the second person booted after Peter and before, what was that guy's name? Hunter Ellis, maybe? He hosted Man Moment Machine on the History Channel, a one-season wonder. Right. Then the secret advantage being an advantage you can actually choose. I like that, although I do find it to be a little bit of a bummer that he's got to use it so early. But I guess it makes a little more sense to use it early rather than use it later, which is one thing that they used in Survivor South Africa Season 7. Alright, I think I've talked about all the major points. Nice episode, and I'm hoping that I continue to enjoy this season, and hopefully I'll be able to do episode-by-episode recaps this time. See ya!